Earlier we talked about water piping, both the main supply line and the interior water pipes, and we were concerned about types of pipes, we were concerned about size of pipes, but it really comes down to the fixtures and faucets and how they're operating. So when we start to analyze things, we're going to be looking for drippy faucets, we're going to be looking for plugged drain pipes, or maybe even leaky drain pipes, and that's all part of our inspection. That's not huge stuff, but it is important to make note of that to your customer. But what is important now is the water pressure to each one of the fixtures. Some people call it water flow, some people call it water volume. Whatever term you would like to use, they're all connected in one way or another. And how do we judge that? We judge that by running two fixtures simultaneously at the same time. So to test flow, we do this. When we're down in the basement, we turn on the cold water and we turn it on as hard as we can. This replicates someone turning on the clothes washer when you're taking a shower upstairs. What we don't want to get is a change in volume. We don't want a jolt of hot or a jolt of cold, depending on the piping system. So we leave the cold water on and we leave something valuable down here, maybe like your car keys. Why do I leave my car keys here? Because I don't want to forget to come back and leave the water running and all of a sudden they have a flooded basement. So let's leave the water running and let's go up and check flow to the fixtures. So we're on the main level, and what we want to do is to check the flow of water. And basically what we do is we go to the cold side and we run it and see what the stream of water is. Now we've got it on full bore. When we look at the stream of water, we compare it to a pencil thickness. If I get a pencil thickness, in your report you define that as minimal water flow. If you get less than a pencil thickness, you would define it as low water flow. And right here, we're less than a pencil thickness. And if I get more than a pencil thickness, we would consider that adequate or functional water flow. So you're going to do it for the cold water, then you're going to turn that off, and you're going to do it for the hot water too. Okay? Because they could be different depending on the piping system in the home. So we again would check it here. Now in your report, under kitchen, you're going to document this as it has low water volume. Now, when we're done with that, we want to even go to the highest fixture in the home. Why? Because it takes more pressure to get water up, but we want to check it for water pressure too. So as we're continuing our journey on water pressure, we want to go to that second level bath and do the tub and sink. Water pressure is huge. There's nothing worse than your customer moving into the home and getting a wimpy water in their first shower in their house. If they do, you're going to hear about it. So what I like to do is I like to bring them with me. I like them to follow me and look at that flow, because I may call it functional and they may feel that's not as good as they would like. And I'm going to let them judge it on their own. So as I get up here and I check flow, I'm getting a little bit more. I would consider that minimal here. Okay, that's the hot. Okay, and that's the cold. Oh, I'm getting a little intermittent flow. That's not so good. Okay, so we're a little bit light here, but it was better than the kitchen. You turn that faucet off. Then I go over to the bathtub, and what I'm going to do is to check the water that comes out of the bathtub in the shower. So I'm going to turn on the cold. That's not too bad. That looks good. Now I'm going to run it over to the hot. A little bit less. Probably telling us we have some old iron pipes in there that have reduced in size. Now what I should tell you is the hot typically corrodes quicker than the cold does in iron pipes. So it's not uncommon to find wimpy hot and good cold. But suffice it to say, water pressure is a big deal. So to complete the job is to come over here and check the drain, check the faucet, and now do you know why we leave something here so we don't forget to come? This is getting pretty high, and if this thing overflows and it's all over the floor, you're the one that's going to be mopping it up, and if there's any damage, it's your dime, and that's going to cost you.